The thing that no one tells you about finally getting rest is that it's absolutely fucking terrifying. The guilt that comes with it is wild. And then there's also the aspect of this weird, like, discomfort of not being in survival mode, you know? What it feels like to not be holding everything yourself. So here I am. I'm Jasmine Valencia. I am a feminine integration alchemist, and I am recording my reclamation journey from my bed today because I'm fucking tired. I did my workout. I listened to a call where my mentor challenged me a bit, which is always the best. And then I listened to like a training and a course that I'm in. And then I did a ton of journaling. And now I'm like, it's time to integrate and go into dreamland. But there's this weird like identity crisis that happens when you actually let yourself rest. So before, when I was doing everything for everyone and I was working and I was still doing everything with the kids and all of it, right? I was so like soul tired, and I didn't let myself rest. Like, I would get up early in the morning. I would stay up late because the kids wanted to stay up and watch something or whatever. And in order to have time with people, when I wasn't working, I would just stay up really late, and then I would still get up really early, and everyone would wonder why I'm falling asleep during a movie. And it's because, like, hello, I was up like 6 hours before everybody else. And now that I don't have to do that, and it's not that I don't have to do that. I'm actively choosing not to get another job. And it's for a good reason, because I believe that I am meant to do something else. And so I'm following that path. And so I'm not getting another job. I've talked about that in a different video. You can probably go find it. But this thing happens where it's like, who am I if I'm not the one holding it all together anymore? If I'm not constantly in a state of survival, if I'm not doing everything for everyone, if I can take a nap at 5 o'clock, like, who am I now? And then comes the work of like allowing somebody else to support you, which is wild. That's a mind fuck, honestly. Like, trying to allow yourself to be cared for when you've been the one caring for everyone is crazy. My little baby hand said hello. But like, allowing my husband to support me in this time has been life-changing. And the thing is, too, like, as I'm leading women through this thing called the Reclamation, where we're reclaiming all these parts of ourselves, we're learning how to listen to ourselves instead of to outsource, like, literally everything in our lives. But we're learning how to, like, process information and evaluate for ourselves, like, what is for me, what is not, right? I'm not saying you have to be a stay-at-home mom. I actually don't believe that that is necessarily the best thing. I really enjoyed working for a time, and there was not a balance, in my opinion, of me working and me doing stuff at home. And so I'm finding that balance again, where I'm pursuing something, I'm actively working, right? And I am being present with my children. I'm listening to my body. So when my body says, go to bed, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to take a little nappy nap. Because rest is not a reward. It's a right. And it's a lesson that can be a little bit difficult. Aria? Nope. But it's so absolutely worth it. So I invite you to join me in the Reclamation. We start on July 14th. And we are going to be, it's going to be so good, you guys. It's going to be 6 weeks of basically just like learning yourself again, giving yourself permission to just like be, and really reclaiming all of yourself and not apologizing. It's like how I talked about with like the restoration, where we're not apologizing. We're just saying no and allowing that to be a full sentence. Like, we are not apologizing for how we change through the month during our cycle. Like, all these things, that is what we're going like way deeper into and expanding upon that as well. So we're going to go through all the different phases spend a week on each of them, really dig down, because ultimately, like, you spend, you know, time in these 4 different phases throughout the month, every month when you're on your cycle, but also those 4 phases translate into different parts of your life. And so some women, you know, I have some coming into the space that they, like, their cycle is sporadic. They are going into perimenopause or menopause, and like, it doesn't matter, because that is part of the cycle, and how that becomes like the integrated wheel and everything, which I talked about in the restoration, which you'll get when you come into the reclamation. That will be like the pre-work for the course, is you'll get to go through that first, to get all that like foundational information that I gave. And then we'll go like way deep into it. And it's going to be a massively transformative experience. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. If you've had kids, if you've not had kids, if you have a period, if you don't have a period, like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, because I know for a fact that as women, we have all outsourced our intuition to other people. We have all outsourced like the decisions that we make in life. We have all outsourced like, is this okay? Is that okay? I don't know. Am I supposed to be like this? What am I allowed to do in my life? No, we're not. We're going to stop doing all of that shit. We're going to stop that. And one thing I always like to say is like, I'm not here to teach you how to behave. I'm here for what happens when you stop. When you decide that you're done behaving a certain way to please certain people, that's when I come into your world and we make some magic. So I'll see you all on the 14th of July this month. I said June yesterday. I didn't mean it. And we're going to get started and go deep in this work. And I'm so excited. Anyway, ciao.